Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking to you.
Two teams who have a short history looking to get more acquainted with, and what better time to do that than on a Saturday morning. These teams are even on paper. That is why we play the game. Bulldogs versus Pointers next on ACTV. Hello and welcome to the Marilot Sport and Fitness Center, where my partner Dion Clark and myself, Jack Whitehead, are stationed to bring you this men's volleyball match between the visiting University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point Pointers and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Both these teams come in with a record just below 500. The Pointers come in at 10-11, while the Bulldogs are not far behind at 7-9. If common opponents give us any indicators, we should be in for a treat, as these teams have played three common opponents, both defeating Franklin College and Rockford, while both losing to Calvin. Similar in the record aspect, maybe not so much on the court, as you pointed something out early, as Stevens Point has a lot of big bodies.
Yeah, Jack. Today, University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point have 92% of their team at 6 foot or higher, comparing to Adrian College's 60%. So with this, you got to be looking at how high they can get over that net.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break for the national anthem, but don't go anywhere. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Smerlot Sport and Fitness Center. Bulldogs and Pointers just getting starting lineups underway. We went to break talking about the height difference for the Stevens Point. Stevens Point, a lot of guys over 6 foot tall. How do the Bulldogs really combat that?
See, one thing that the Bulldogs try to do to combat that is in their blocks. Bulldogs currently are a little bit under the blocks of University of Stevens Point with only 113, but they have a higher blocks per set, 1.19 to University of Stevens Point, 1.8. So these is going to be a big way for, Adrian to make sure they can get on the other side. Another thing is the errors. Adrian College has less errors with 321 to Stevens Point's errors of 345. So this is probably going to just be a war of attrition today, Jack.
Yeah, these teams really even. This is University of Wisconsin Stevens Point team, third year as a program. Head coach Philip Abiad comes in with a 29-16 record. They've really fit in well. They've played some good teams. Really, the strength of schedule really caught our eye. They've played 4 ranked matchups. They have dropped all 4 of them. They've only won 2 sets in those 4 games, so that's something to look out for. As for the Bulldogs, just build momentum. They came off that illustrious 5-set win last time out against Greenville. Really play with that same passion. They're winners of 3 straight. Something that caught my eye, they have 646 kills on the year.
Yeah.
And they've given up 646 kills. So dead even, right at 500. So this team, they're 7-9. They should be really about more 8-8. I think they've had a few games slip away, but this is why we play the games. We're just set to get underway in a few minutes.
Yeah, and, you brought up those kills, right? But another thing that I do want to bring up is the amount of attempts each team has taken. Adrian College comes in with a total attack attempts at 1,765, while Stevens Point dwarfs that with 2,248 total attacks. So you've already seen that, Stevens Point is already trying to get out there, being aggressive. So we're going to have to expect that, and so are the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's a good point. Something to look out for. Just about set to get underway here. Few substitutions right before, and then we will be set to go first to 3 matchups today in this little 3-game meet-up. Franklin College coming later. We'll play both of these teams. Play the Pointers right after this one, and we'll play the Bulldogs once that one finishes. Full slate of volleyball here on this Saturday morning.
Yeah, and you bring up that tri-match that they're going to be facing Franklin College. Hilariously enough, last time these two teams faced each other, it was also in a tri-match. Adrian faced Stevens Point right after going against Marion College.
And Stevens Point won the only other matchup these two teams have played back 2025 to serve as Ben Feld, and we will get underway. Serve is down. Bulldogs set something up right in the middle. Carson Bell, he just throws that one long. Stevens Point get the early.
Yeah, Carson, he has that height, but just didn't have the full aim there. Tried to get it right on the line, but nothing really there. Not too much margin of error on that white line.
Feld to serve once more. The lefty throws it way up in the air. Bucks set it up. Sam Landers. Referee says he hit the net or underneath the net. Landers disagrees. Head coach Soto disagrees as well, but Stevens Point, 2 quick points.
Yeah, and that's got to be a hurt to Landers.
Feld, lefty once again, serves that one. Knocked up in the air by Reese. Set up Landers once again. That one's blocked straight down.
And right there, we see that height difference. I stated earlier in our open that 92% of this team is 6 foot and higher. So you're going to get a lot of these walls from Stevens Point.
We don't see that happen too much to Sam Landers, Bulldogs kill leader. There's an error chance for Pointers. Batted up in the air. Landers keeps it up. Bell just free balls that one over. Setting up are the Pointers right in the middle. That one's off the attempted dig of Roland Maslin. That goes out, and Stevens Point 4 quick ones.
Yeah, just went right into the chest of Roland. Wasn't able to fully get under it.
Feld to serve, 5th time in a row. He's done well to keep it in play. Serves it with power. That one's powered. That one just goes long as Dominic Reese with the opportunity, and 5-0 early. Feld has been on a roll. That one's long. Bulldogs get a free one, but think if you're head coach Philippe Abiad, I think you'll take that 5-1 there.
Yeah,
serving.
you know, when you have somebody like that who's just constantly getting you those good points, we talk about volleyball being a momentum-based sport, and they definitely have it.
Carson Bell, no, he can serve. Bulldogs, that one digged out nicely. Cross court, diving stop. Bell gets it back to Reese. Ball over, Pointers set up. Right in front of us, Jetser. That one's kept up, but right over the net. Jetser once again, a little bit close. They get it, and that's blocked. Down by Andrew Grazik, just out of play. Stevens Point picks up another. Hudson Drazen will serve now, leading this team in kills with 253. Throws that one way up in the air. Stake there, set up, cross. Landers gets blocked once again. They feed it to him again, blocked again. Bulldogs reset. Landers just tried to flip that one over the net, could not do so. And talking about momentum, Pointers have it right now.
Yeah, especially when you have that wall on Landers, you could definitely tell that Stevens Point has been ready for him. You know, when you have a team like Adrian who uses Landers a lot for these kills, and he's getting blocked like that, they can't reset quick enough.
Drazen with a bomb. Reese did well to keep that one in play. Landers over, diving stop there. Chance for the Bulldogs. Landers sets it up. Dug out. Robertson sets up far side, just out of play.
Good eye by Roland Macklin. You know, he was about to go for it, but he saw it land right outside last second. That's a libero eye for you, Jack.
Andrew Grazik, the lefty, gets that one over. Set up right in the middle. Banged right off the shoulder of Grazik. Kyle Smith gets the kill, and he will now serve. Smith to serve, leading 8-2. A lot of top spin on that one. Dug out. Landers, that one goes just long. Bulldogs in sort of a hole here, down 9-2 early.
Yeah, you would think that Coach Soto would, you know, call a timeout soon, but it seems like he has a lot of trust in his squad to get back in this one.
Kyle Smith again. Landers. Grazik, nice one touch, and that's just out once again. William Morris on that attempt, and he called it right there. Now head coach Soto will take a timeout. We'll take one with him. Don't go anywhere. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to ACTV. The Pointers leading the Bulldogs early in this opening set by a score of 10-2. It's been a lot of good serving. Only one error so far from Stevens Point. Dion, I'll throw it over to you. What do the Bulldogs have to do to get back in this one?
Right now, the main thing that's noticing to me is the fact that Stevens Point is kind of marking Sam Landers. We saw this multiple times and multiple points that Landers is just getting blocked. He's just facing a wall. So what the Bulldogs need to do is start getting different targets for the people who they want to get kills. I would say the people they need to go to is somebody like Cauley. He has a lot of heart, but he can get it over there, and he can get it to the back side of the court to make sure the Stevens Point Pointers can't really get on it.
Reese digs this one. Sets up Landers. They go right back to him this time. They do get the point off the block as that one goes out of play. Landers now will go back to serve. Bulldogs trailing in this opening set 10-3. He serves this one over. Set up right in the middle, blocked down. Kept up for the Bulldogs.
And there we have it. Like I stated earlier, Cauley.
I'll let you take it away.
He's the one. He can get through these blocks, and a lot of the times, even though he doesn't have that height difference, he has the jumping, and he can get it tipped right over the block.
Called it Landers to serve again. Chance right in front of the Bulldog bench. That one slammed, but no doubt Ethan Jetzer, the second leading kill man on this Pointers team. Comes in with 172 kills. Now we'll see Sam Jolin back to serve. Sophomore setter. Serves that one to the bottom of the net. Looked like a bit of a mishit there. Second service error for the Pointers. William Morris will serve for the Bulldogs, the junior. New Albany, Ohio. Dug out by Drazen. Sets up right in front of us off the block and out. That is Owen Anderson this time. Dylan Niznik. Back to serve, number 7. 6'2", one of the over 6 foot tall guys you mentioned in the open. Setting him right in front of us, blocked straight down. Dominic Reese, nowhere to go. These double team blocks are causing problems for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're just constantly faced with this iron wall here.
Niznik to serve once again. Serves that one into the net. Bulldogs 6 points, 3 of which have come off service errors.
And I pointed that out. The Bulldogs have only, coming before this game started, 321 to Stevens' points, 345 in errors.
Dominic Reese. That one goes just long, and they will trade errors.
I think the kids would call that error for error.
Bulldogs can't afford to go error for error, down 14-6 early in this one. Dug out, just thrown over there by Grazik. Set up, that one's come straight down. Stay connected with all the action by following at AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at AdrianCollegeTV today. Served over, Landers. Set up, raising that one. Blocked way out of play. Bulldogs get another point there as David Colley once again. Colley heads back to serve. Getting instructions from head coach Soto. Serves it up. Hit into the air. Set up right in the middle. Blocked down by Landers.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are using the small amount of height that they do have against Stevens Point.
Colley to serve once more. Got to Jolin. Set up. That one's just long as well. Kyle Smith, the recipient there, hit that one too long.
And now this is an opening for the Bulldogs to get themselves back into this game.
David Colley once more. To Niznik. Jolin sets up Drazen. That one's tipped over beautifully. Middle of the Bulldog defense. Nobody could get there.
And good job by Drazen, just messing with the timing of the Bulldogs block and just going for a soft hit. And either way, it still hit their hand. So no matter what, that's going to be a point for the Pointers.
Benfeld back to serve. He started this game with 5 early ones, the lefty. You can see why. Bulldogs get a little bit lucky, though, to get that one over. It's a Drazen. He gets blocked. Kept up. Reverse to Jetzer. That one's blocked down once again.
And I'll have to give that one to Carson Bell. He got up real high and just slammed it right down.
Head coach Abiad cannot believe what he's seeing. Thought that should have been a pointer's point there. Play on. Carson Bell. Big serve. Dug nicely. Robertson sets up Jetzer. That one. Carson Bell slams the floor with frustration. Thought he should have had that. Pointers up 17-10. Drazen back to serve. That one. Dug out. Grazik sets up Landers. Diving kite. Robertson sets up Nisnik. That one's good.
And one thing I do want to point out for these pointers is on their kills, their aim is impeccable. They're seeing all sides of the court, and they're able to just get it wherever they want to.
And not many kill errors so far for the pointers. Done a nice job. Booming serve. Kept up in the back row. That one's blocked. Chance here. Feld from the back end. Bulldogs can't get a good handle on it. Drazen once again from the back row. 19-10. Stevens Point, and head coach Soto will call another one of those timeouts. We'll take a break with them. More men's volleyball on ACTV next.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to ACTV. Bulldogs trailing the Pointers 19-10 in this opening set. It's been a good hitting percentage set for Wisconsin Stevens Point. They're up around 300. Bulldogs not doing so well in the negatives at negative .263. They're going to have to get something going.
Yeah, I would say right now for the Bulldogs, I stated in our open that this is probably going to be a war of attrition, and so far it looks like it. We've seen some players get very frustrated, but you can't really be mad at them. They're passionate. But what I need to see from the Bulldogs is composure. If they lose it now, they could probably say goodbye to this game.
There's two big matchups for the Bulldogs as they head into conference play. Right after this, Drazen to serve once again. Serves. That one's another error. Seen 4 of those. Bulldogs get a freebie. Back to serve, Andrew Grazik. Lefty throws it over. Set up, whacked off the net. Off the head this time. Bulldogs with a chance. Set up from the back row. Colley! Back left corner, that one's good.
Yeah, Colley's always able to get it into a spot that these teams are not able to expect.
Grazik to serve once more. It over. From the back row, big time. Hudson Drazen once again flying in.
Yeah, and that's what you get from a guy who's 6'3", soaring through the sky.
Kyle Smith back to serve. To Macklin. Ran down by Grazik. Sets up Landers off the block. Diving bodies from Smith. Bulldogs get a point. Landers will head back to serve. Sit over. Set up once again. This time they go far side. Whack down. Ethan Jetzer now gets in on the action.
Jetzer, oh my, that was a slicer. Just straight across. You don't see that too much.
He'll take a seat after his efforts. Man, oh man. Jetzer and Drazen all over this Bulldog defenders. Joe Lynn off the net. Kept up. Razik to Landers from the back row. Bulldogs get it back. Still trailing by 7. Have to go on a little bit of a run here. William Morris. Morris hit up in the air by Robertson. Chased down right in front of the scorer's table. That one's long. No fingertips.
Good eye by the Bulldogs, and they're going to try to keep this momentum going.
Morris once again. Serves it off the net. Diving play. Chance for the Bulldogs. That one goes just long. Chance there from Reese.
Just a little too much mustard. Not enough aim.
Niznik serves this one into the net. 5 service errors this opening set. Sure, head coach Abiad will not be too pleased with that. Although they've had some good runs serving, so maybe they offset. The Bulldogs, Dominic Reese serves this one. Right at the net, whacked down by Bell. Reese again. The lefty, Robertson, digs it out, sets up, whack down, kept up. Reese with the dig. Cross court from Landers from the back row. That one's just long. Bulldogs with a golden chance there. Arndorfer. First time we've seen him, freshman 6'6" frame. He is back to serve. Macklin, little bit of a mishap there. Wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah, and that's just an unfortunate communication there. Landers got tripped up by Macklin, and, you know, nothing you can really do there but just keep it going and reset.
Arndorfer for the set. Landers keeps it up. Chance there. Tips somehow. Bulldogs get it across. Joe Lynn sets up. Drazen once more. That's going to be off the fingertips of Landers and out of play. And just like that, Stevens Point with a statement victory. Like last year, they came into that one. They won the opening set 25-7. So the Bulldogs do get 10 more points than they did a year ago, but still drop this opening set to Wisconsin. Stevens Point. Take a short break and go over some stats when we get back. Bulldogs down 1-0 against the Pointers. You're watching on ACTV.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever. Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian.
They were down like 10-2, so.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of How's your day been after a long day of classes and the sporting events that fill students with pride? I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to this Marilot Sport and Fitness Center. Myself, Jack White, and my partner, Dion Clark, are up here in the booth on ACTV. Thank you for tuning in. Bulldogs dropping that first set to Wisconsin-Stevens Point, 25-17. It really was the start that got them in that position, down early 5-0, and really could never get back into it.
Yeah, you know, one thing about this Stevens Point Pointers is that they are tall. You know, if you remember that fairy tale, Jack and the Beanstalk, I believe that the Pointers have had their players eating those beans, and that's the reason they are so tall. With that, you know, they've also had a change in tempo, and they're also marking a lot of the tall players and big kill leaders, especially Sam Landers on the Bulldogs team. So one thing I want to see from the Bulldogs here is more targets. We've already seen that Landers has been blocked out a lot of these times. So I want to see the ball moved over a lot more. Use people like Morris. Use people like Cauley. These people are able to get this ball into different parts of the court and get a better look. Something else that I want to see is composure. We've seen some players get passionate, but if they lose their composure now, there's not going to be a good chance for them to get back into this fight. And then one more thing I want to see is a switch in tempo. They're going for a lot of these heavy, fast kills, but I want to see some more tips. If you're able to switch this tempo on the Pointers, you can try to even the playing field.
Yeah, keep them on their toes. Landers, you mentioned it, 13 attempts in that opening set. No more than 5 for the other Bulldogs. Dominic Reese with 5. You said it, Cauley, 3 kills in 4 attempts. He's hitting over 700. See if Carson Bell can get things started for the Bulldogs. He will serve. Bulldogs don't want to drop down 2 sets to love. Over, dug out by Drazen. Tipped over, chance there. Hitting the net that time. I'm not sure if it was Landers or Morris, but regardless, another quick start for the visitors.
Yeah, and this is where this second set is going to be decided. In this beginning bit, we saw it in the first. The Pointers were able to run away with it. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do.
There's this man right here, Ben Feld, lefty, causing Bulldogs some difficulties. Grazik, a line drive over there. Drazen, chance for the Bulldogs. Cauley keeps it up. To Reese, off the fingertips, kept up. Right in front of us, whacked down by Jetzer. That one finds pay dirt, 2-0 visitors. Feld to serve once again. Lefty, Cauley digs that one. To Landers, that's off the block. Landers again, it's that one down. Bulldogs get on the board.
And that's the hustle that I want to see from the Bulldogs. They want to stay in this one. They got to be a dog in it.
Andrew Grazik to serve. Drazen to Jetzer. Trying to kick it was Cauley. Unsuccessful. That one hits the ground. Hudson Drazen, sophomore from Franksville, Wisconsin. He'll be a good player for a long time for these Pointers team. Throws it way up in the air again. That is a laser beam. Oh, nothing the Bulldogs could do off the hand of Macklin. I'm not even sure he saw it. Drazen gets that one. Drazen serving again, throws it way up again. Whacks this one, and Bulldogs have no answer.
I felt like I could feel the shockwave off that one, Jack.
Man, oh man. See if he does it again. One of these times he's got to clip the net or go long, right? Drazen, another one. That one comes way up near us. Might need a timeout from head coach Soto because this guy is locked and loaded.
Shoot. I would say he's got a turkey in the oven for any of our bowling fans watching the cast.
Got that right. 3 for 3. Drazen again. Was a little bit off speed that time. He clips the net, but head coach Abiad, is smiling. He'll take that anytime. 3 service errors, or 1 service error to 3 service aces. See if Sam Landers can counter that. A little bit of a softer pace. Jetzer gets blocked down.
That's a good block from William Morris there. You know, the junior from New Albany, Ohio, he's got that height, 6'6". So the Bulldogs need to keep trying to use him.
Landers again. Tip shot right at the net. I'm going to say it hits the antenna. Bulldogs get another one. Climbing back into this one. Down 6-1, now up to 6-4. Sam Landers. Dug out. Set up right in the middle. Whacked down off the shoulder, it looked like, of Grazik.
I think that's the second time that's happened.
Ball comes down with a lot of pace. Kyle Smith that time. Go back to serve. Smith kept up for now. Colley gets blocked straight down. Jetzer with the block on that one. Kyle Smith, senior. Macklin keeps that up. Colley misses, no fingertips. Back like the first set started, the Bulldogs down early. Smith once again. That one goes way long, a lot of topspin though. That one finds the back line. Another ace in the second set.
Yeah, with that much topspin, it's hard to really tell if it's going to go out. Just drops right towards the back of the court.
Smith again, you can see it once again. That one went way high. Off the block, Macklin digs it out. Landers dives, can't get there. Head coach Soto is going to call another timeout. Take a break with them. Bulldogs trailing this second set against Stevens Point, 11-4. You're watching on ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back to the Marilot Sport and Fitness Center. Watching men's volleyball here on ACTV. Dion Clark, Jack Whitehead up here in the booth with you. Bulldogs, slow starts have really got to them. Down 11-4 in the second set after trailing 5-0 in the first. Got to get back into this one.
Yeah, I would say the best way for them to get back is they need to get set. One thing that we've seen a lot is that these points from the pointers are coming on these serves, these service aces and stuff like that. And then the Bulldogs are not able to fully get set and get a good look over the net. And when it gets blocked or tipped, they're not fully able to reset. So one thing I do want to say is that this is going to be a war of attrition. It's going to be a hard fight, but the Bulldogs need to try to stay in it.
Kyle Smith will serve it once again. These high top spins Bulldogs have had trouble with. Let's see if he uses that once again. Does. Macklin gets this one though. Setting up and just thrown down to the court. Dominic Reese there. Bulldogs get a much needed point. Morris back to serve. Serves up. A little bit of a miscommunication there. I think Feld tipped that one just out of play.
It also seemed like the dig there was just a little too much. It went a little too far to the net. Setter wasn't also able to get up on it.
Off the hand of Niznik. This one's set big time. Whacked down. Gonna say, though, went underneath the net. Jetzer. He knew it, too. Morris.
Lucky break for the Bulldogs.
Morris back to serve. Niznik gets it back, blocked down. Morris to serve once more. Dug up, Feld lines it up off the hand there of Reese. Bulldogs get it back. Colley gets blocked off the net. Bulldogs right back in it.
And good job by the Bulldogs to fully reset there, taking their time and making sure they're moving that ball all the way across the court, getting it to new targets.
Feld sets that one up beautifully. Nate Arndorfer right in the middle of that defense. Whacks that one home.
Yeah, not much you can do against a quick tempo set like that.
Sam Jolin. Serves this one. Landers keeps it up. Grazik to Reese. Jolin digs it out. Robertson sets that one out. That one's kept up for now. Macklin. Two Landers, just throws it over. Set up Joe Lynn. Across the way to Niznik. Chance there. Diving Buddies kept it up. Thrown down by Bell. I'm going to say, once again, that touch.
Oh, unfortunate for the Bulldogs. The net touch does hurt, but they had a lot of hustle. They didn't give up. That's what I need to see from the Bulldogs here.
Jolene kept in by Colley. Bell sets Colley back up. Tries to go cross court. Unsuccessful. Sam Jolin to serve again. Just goes long. Outside, a nice eye there from Landers and Bell. Dominic Reese to serve. 6'4" sophomore. Lefty right off the hands of Niznik. Play really never got going. Reese with a good serve.
Yeah, he was a little under on that set, and it just drops right down.
Reese to serve once again. That one goes just long. More power behind that. Ready to explore your Adrian future? Scholarship Day lets admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at that link as we see another service error. The link below. David Colley back on it. Serves this. Niznik gets it up. Jolin back to Niznik. Colley keeps it up for now, but really nice drawn up play there. Nate Arndorfer serve once again. One of the few freshmen in his team. Miscommunication there, keeps it up. Grazik, two Landers, off speed, but once again, I believe Bulldog went underneath the net. Or excuse me, Stevens' point player did. Bulldogs get a lucky break there, as that one really never had any chance. Carson Bell. You know, he can whack it if he wants. Does this time. Dug out nicely. Joe Lynn sets that one up. Owen Anderson, another one of those 6'6" man. Haven't seen much of him, but.
Yeah, these pointers got power. The Bulldogs just need to stay in it and constantly be looking out for all sides of the court.
They're going to do so. They got to get Ben Feld, server, off his game. He's been dynamite. Right into the middle. Miscommunication there. One of those timing plays that timing was off.
Maybe they should get a clock.
That's a good one. I like that. Feld to serve again. Grazik sets up Landers near the net. Every time Ben Feld goes back there, I feel like getting 4 or 5 points in a row. This guy knows how to serve. Feld again. Kept up there. Macklin. Two Landers gets blocked again. That time goes flying into the stands. Bulldogs get a point. Grazik back to serve. Nisnik. Feld sets up Drazen. Nice dig from Colley. Landers now. Cross court, nice dig there from Robertson. To Jetson. That one's perfectly placed.
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing from the targeting with their kills from the pointers is that they're focusing a lot on this mid to front court. They're not really focusing on this back court area. So maybe the Bulldogs need to start adjusting their defense for that targeting.
Massive serve from Drazen once again. Mistimed at the net again. Feld. That one's not mistimed off the block. They're going to say no, not off the block. That one just goes wayward. Caught in the Bulldog bench. And Bulldogs trailing by 5 here, 20-15. The late stages second set. Landers back to serve. Feld sets up Drazen from the back row.
Yeah, sliced right through the middle all the way to the back. Just right on the line. Not much you can do there. Just get in front of it.
Kyle Smith. Sets up. That one just goes sailing into the Pointers bench. Pointers 3 points away from taking a 2-0 set lead. Kyle Smith, Macklin digs it. Grazik puts up Reese. Just long. Tried to go cross court. Just out of play. Timeout taken by head coach Soto. His team trailing 23-15 in this second set of action. Bulldogs already trailing 1-0 against the Pointers. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back. Adrian College TV presenting this men's volleyball game. Stevens Point Pointers against your Adrian College Bulldogs. It's been all pointers so far in this one as they're 2 points away from winning set number 2. Bulldogs need to go on a bit of a rally here. If you're head coach Soto, really got to fire the guys up, or are you more looking forward to set number 3?
See, right now, I would say you could look towards set number 3. What we can see that the Bulldogs have gone deep in certain sets, but they haven't really gone past the 4th set many times. But This is what they should be looking for. Another thing I want to see from Coach Soto is having his players know that they have more targets. They're usually trying to send it to Landers. But they need to start going to more people across this court.
Landers hits that one, gets it back, blocks straight down. Right as you said it.
You know, and it makes sense, right? I understand Landers has a lot of these kills and kill attempts, but they need to start moving the ball around the court or the pointers are just going to mark Landers.
Kyle Smith goes right at Landers. Grazik sets up Reese. That one's blocked down, kept up for now. Reese again. That one's blocked again. That time it does go out. Bulldogs save a set point. Morris is going to need to rally off 8 points here in a row. Bulldogs back in this one. Chance for one. Colley. Backcourt to the Landers off the fingertips. Point Bulldogs. Morris to serve again. Another miss hit. Bell right in the middle, just hit that one out. Unforced error there. Carson Bell. That'll do it for set number 2. 25-17. It's your final, the exact same. It's the opening set. Bulldogs really trailing throughout this one. It's been slow starts on both ends. We'll talk more about set number 3 when we return. Watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
Welcome back to men's volleyball on Adrian College TV. Bulldogs dropping set number 1, 25-17, and set number 2, 25-17. What are they going to have to do in this third set to get or eclipse that 17 mark?
So one thing we do see a lot from the pointers is that they do have a lot of errors, but that is just not consistently a way to have a game plan around winning. What I want to see from the Bulldogs is getting more targets. Now, while they have been throwing it to people like Colley and Reese, and they have, had a couple of errors here and there, I still think you go to them. If you're Coach Soto, you want to have trust in your team. And as a player, if you know that your coach trusts you, that will only build the trust and the confidence that you have, right? The Bulldogs need to get back in this, and the only way they will is to rebuild their confidence. They need to keep trying. If they don't and they give up, well, they can say goodbye.
It's been more of a balanced approach here for the Pointers. A lot of attempts across the board. Nisnik with 9, Drazen with 9, Jetzer with 11, Anderson and Feld with 5 apiece. The Bulldogs side, it's been really Dominic Reese with 11 and Sam Landers with 22 attempts. David Colley has 8, but other than that, nobody within reach of any of them. More balanced attack, and Stevens Point, to their credit, has played 2 very good sets. Just about set to get away. Set number 3. Jam-packed day of volleyball. The next game will be this very St. Norbert. This Wisconsin-Stevens team. Too much hockey with the Bulldogs playing St. Norbert. Feels like every other weekend. Stevens Point will take on Franklin College. They've played earlier in the year. Actually, February 28th, not too long ago. They beat them 3-0. Bulldogs also take on Franklin College following that game. Have that game, both games for you on ACTV. Ben Feld starting it off. Colley, a jam shot at the net. Kept up there by Drazen. Right in the middle of the defense. Slammed home by Kyle Smith.
Yeah, good eye by Smith there. Just able to get it right in front of Colley.
Ben Feld again. That one goes just long.
Speaking of eyes, good eye by Roland Macklin there.
Carson Bell for the Bulldogs. Senior standing at 6'6". It's this one. Bang! Pinging around. Diving for show is Ethan Jetzer, and Bulldogs, with what feels like their first lead of the match. They've had slow starts in both opening sets. Carson Bell, once again. Good serve again to the boundary. Picked up by Bell to Grazik. That one's whacked. Nicely dug out, though, from Robertson. Cross court. Robertson gets it back. Sets up Jetzer, off speed, hit up in the air. Grazik to Bell. Throws that one over. Robertson with it again. Sets up. More of a miss hit. I don't know if that was a changeup. Dug, and once again, Bulldogs go underneath the net. I think that's what you were talking about, the off-speed pitch. That one way up in the air. Caught the Bulldogs off guard.
Yeah, just unfortunate. I will give it to the Bulldogs. They were trying their best to get reset. Those are just one of those sets where points, they just couldn't fully get there.
Drazen with the serve again. Macklin keeps it up for now. Colley with the one hand. Grazik hit it again. Landers could not get there, but Bulldogs are going to somehow need to get this Drazen kid off the line as he is punishing that volleyball.
Has a wife and kids at home.
Hudson Drazen. Boom! That one goes long, though. Seen a lot of service errors for this Stevens Point team, but that comes with a lot of service aces. So I don't think head coach Abiad could be really mad. That's 10 service errors, 6 aces. So pretty good ratio there. It's it way up in the air. Feld sets up Williams. Into the net. Bulldogs get the point. Excuse me, that was Niznik. Head coach Abiad not in agreement.
One thing I do want to point out, Jack, this is the first time the Bulldogs have taken the lead in this game. This is a chance for them to get a good run going.
Grazik. Robertson digs it out. Feld sets up Jetzer off the block. Well, coming in, it was Hudson Drazen leading this team by over 50 kills. It's really been Ethan Jetzer. It's up to 9 kills now. That one, top spin again. Macklin keeps it. Miscommunication all the way around. Nobody wanting to win this point. Now Landers with a chance. That one's good.
Good job by Landers, just able to get it right outside. Also on a little bit of the net, so that just always adds some unpredictability to that ball.
Miss hits galore in that point. Bulldogs do come away with it. Now Landers back to serve. Feld sets up. More miscommunication. Colley does get it over. Robertson setting up once again. That was whacked home by Niznik. Back and forth we go in this third set, Back in is Owen Anderson for Stevens Point. Seen him a few times. Got 3 kills on 5 attempts. Joe Lean. Macklin. Sets it up, whacked home. Dylan Niznik again with the block. Sam Jolin back to serve again. Macklin to Grazik. Back row, Landers knocked home again. Arndorfer right in the middle of his defense. Not letting anything by. Jolin to serve again. Clips the net. Macklin does a nice job. Colley off speed. Ball goes flying in the air. Setting up on the net. Tipped over again. Jolin. Missed timing there. Macklin in front of us. Whacked home that time by Mark Solantz.
That's one thing I do want to see, more movement on that court. I don't want to just see Landers taking all those kill attempts. I needed to see to just move around, get more targets.
Morris to serve. Jolin keeps it up. Whacked home by Niznik. Head coach Soto thought that was going out, but Morris, diving attempt, clipped his hand. Niznik back to serve once more. Landers. Solantz gets blocked. That was loud. Hudson Drazen.
I know one of their hands got to be red, stinging.
They are whacking the ball all over the court. A lot of force behind the Stevens Point team. Niznik. Macklin keeps it up right in the middle. There you go. There's the timing play you were talking about. Carson Bell gets himself a kill. Few substitutions. The Bulldogs players. See a new face here, and Logan Bender will serve. Seen him a few times, no official stats, but he will serve. Bender right into the net. Now Arndorfer. Serve again. Landers. Bender. Thrown down again. Colley tried to kick it again, but ferocious defending. This time Owen Anderson.
Yeah, the Pointers have a good chance to start getting a run here. Biggest margin we've seen in the score on this set.
Arndorfer again. Landers. Bender. Colley. That's blocked. Diving play by Macklin to keep it up. Now Landers flips that one over. Anderson off the block, stays in. Jolin whacked down again, this time by Bell.
Yeah, that was a good bit of power of friendship from Bell and Reeves there. Reeves with the first block, and then Bell with the second.
David Colley back to serve again. Jolin sets up Drazen, and ball goes caroming halfway up the wall. A lot of force again, straight down, no chance for Bender. Benfeld again. Said it before, I'll say it again. Feels like they rally out 4 or 5 points every time he's serving. Macklin. Bender. Reese! Kept up. Chance for the Bulldogs. Macklin to Bender. Landers blocked. Macklin with a hand on it. Reese off the block. Diving bodies kept up. Bell to Bender. To Landers. Back!
Yeah, that's what I want to see, movement on these sets, right? One thing we've seen a lot with these sets from the Bulldogs is that They're just keeping it up right into the middle of the court, but as you saw, Grazik was able to send it flying across, and then Lander's able to send it down.
Bell into the bottom of the net. All eyes here once again. Hudson Drazen. This guy can hit it. Throws it way up there. Drazen again. This time Macklin does a brilliant job. Bender sets up Reese.
Attempted slice coming from Reese, trying to just get it around the net, but just goes right into it.
Drazen again. Heck of a job from Landers. Right in the middle, Solans. That one goes flying, diving play by Robertson as he crashes into the stands. Reese off the net, somehow comes back over. Colley, Bender in the middle. Feld, back line, Drazen. That one just goes long. See Robertson stretching his knee out as he collided there in the front row. Not a lot of room.
Yeah, and you know, these are, if the Bulldogs want to get back into this game, this is how a lot of these points are going to go. They need to constantly have the pointers moving to where they can't fully get set.
Grazik serving now. Feld sets up Niznik off the fingertips. Miscommunication there. Don't miss Chase Matthew live at Adrian College on March 21st at 7 p.m. for our spring concert. It's free for all Adrian College students, and tickets are available now at adriancollege.hometownticketing.com. It's March 21st, Chase Matthew at Adrian College. We're holding it down. Ball sitting on the net. Hits the antenna. Point to Wisconsin-Stevens. Spring concerts next week. Just saw that, 21st. Chase Matthew. Kyle Smith to serve now.
Yeah, a lot of talk from the Bulldogs. They're not happy with that call, but not much you can do. You just got to keep pushing through.
Smith. Solans. Diving bodies everywhere. Chance here. Solans again blocked down, kept up by Grazik. Switch to Landers. Almost hits the ceiling over there. Chance again. Macklin digs it. Grazik sets up Solans off the block. Goes again, but once again, Wisconsin-Stevens player underneath the net.
I pointed it out just a couple points ago, but the Bulldogs need to keep these pointers moving. If they don't, they'll be able to keep getting set up. Sending these sets across the court consistently is a great way for the pointers just to not get there.
Carlos Baza is in for the Bulldogs. Beautiful set over there and locked down again.
You see the team getting hyped for the Bulldogs.
It's do or die now. You're down 4. Got to get head coach Aviad to call a timeout, get some momentum. Carlos Baza once again.
That's not what you want to see if you want to build some momentum. You know, we've seen this from the Bulldogs all season. Errors are a lot of the times their Achilles heel. They're able to get some good points, but they either have a service error that just ends their momentum.
They just come at so unopportune times. You're trying to crawl back into this one as Sam Jolin does the same thing. I guess it evens out.
Yeah, we stated earlier, error for error.
That's now 11 service errors for Stevens Point, but they have 5 aces. Bulldogs with 5 errors, 0 aces. So not a great ratio there as William Morris will try to improve that ratio. Niznik, Jolin, bang down.
He was right off one leg there, just ran up, jumped up, and slammed it to the backcourt.
Arndorfer maybe taking a back seat to Drazen and Jetzer, but he's been really good. Colley. Mark Solans, sort of off speed, caught him off guard. Chance here for the Bulldogs. Grazik, Macklin, Solans. No good. Just out of play, right in front of the Pointers bench. Dylan Nisnik. Floater over. Grazik sets up Bell in the middle. Those two have had a connection in this set.
Yeah, that was a really good set by Drazik there.
The only problem is now they're trading points. The Bulldogs need to go on a run, down 5 now. Going to set in Logan Bender.
Unfortunate error there.
Arndorfer to serve for the Pointers. Bender sets up Reese. Tipped off the fingertips. Oh, he goes
Good
sailing
aim.
out. Colley. Now or never. Kept up. Joe Lynn sets it back to Drazen. Off the fingertips, so sailing out of play.
Yeah, Reeves wasn't able to fully get his arms together. You could see him saying, my bad, to the rest of the Bulldogs.
Ben Feld looks to bring this one home. 4 points away. Macklin, Bender, Reese. Off the shoulder again, somehow stays in play. Bender sets up Landers. Tipped off the fingertips, and Bulldogs get point back. Bell to serve for Adrian College. Throws it up.
We've been seeing this from Bell a lot. Usually he's good to get you 1 or 2, but other than that, he could just give you some errors, and that's not what you want to see from him.
It's 3 straight service errors by the Bulldogs, really not helping their cause out to get back into this one. As Drazen,
yes,
he threw that one so high, I think he flew to the middle of the court before he even hit it. Not really fair, I don't think. Head coach Soto will try to freeze him, maybe ice him like they do in the NFL for icing kickers. We'll see if timeout works. Take a short break with the players. Don't go anywhere. You're watching men's volleyball on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Marilot Sport and Fitness Center. Bulldogs on the ropes here, trailing 23-16 in set number 3 after losing the first 2 sets 25-17. Have their hands full here as Hudson Drazen is to serve once more.
Yeah, one thing from the Bulldogs I want to see is, first, they got to get this ball up from Drazen here. And that may be easier said than done. But once they do, I need to see a lot of movement and a lot of cardio usage. They need to keep that ball moving, and they're going to be playing a lot if they want to get in this game.
Drazen. They do get it up. Reese, Bender to Landers off the fingertips. There's the point. Great timeout from head coach Soto.
Yeah, beautiful. Like you said before the timeout break, icing him. And now they got a chance to get set and give a run.
Andrew Grazik lofts this one over. Set up, blocked down. Chance for the Bulldogs. Morris. Landers.
Yeah, this is beautiful. See, a lot of the times we've been seeing in the first and second set, the pointers are able to really set up their double block or triple block. But right now, you saw Grazik sending it across the court to make sure they only have one player. And Landers able to get it right by.
Match point coming up. It's going to be Kyle Smith. And we're going to see another timeout. 24-18. Take a last short little break here. Come back for the match point between Bulldogs and the Pointers on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to ACTV. Bulldogs a little bit of a hole here. They're going to need to rally off 6, maybe 7 points in a row in this final set to keep this one afloat. Match point here for the Pointers.
Yeah, you know, we saw it right before the timeout break, but what I want to see from the Bulldogs to get themselves in this is a lot of moving sets from these setters of the Bulldogs team. You know, if they're able to constantly keep moving and make sure these Pointers can't set up their block, they will have a good chance to get back into it.
It'll be Kyle Smith, senior, Waukesha, Wisconsin. Look to put this one to bed. Macklin keeps it up for now. Whack down. Macklin dives, can't get there. Game, set, final. 25-17, 25-17, 25-18. Bulldogs improve in the third set, but do fall to Wisconsin Stevens Point by a score of 3-0. Bulldogs record falls to 7-10. Stevens Point gets back up to that 500 mark at 11-11. They will play Franklin College in about 49 minutes. And then following that game, scheduled to go at 3 p.m. is the Bulldogs, and then they will play Franklin College, trying to get back in the win column. Just a reminder, ACTV broadcasts are fully student-ran. Have myself and Dion Clark up here in the booth, Dakota Schneider, director, and then Owen Barber on the game cam. Be broadcasting the game against Stevens Point and Franklin College next. Good friend Michael Schubeck will be on the call, but Bulldogs dropped this one and really could never get their legs under them. Fell down early in the first 2 sets and then just ran out of gas in the third.
Yeah, I would say right here, I think the main reason of this loss for the Bulldogs is getting comfortable. They're comfortable at sending it to people like Bell or Landers, and the Pointers knew that. And they immediately marked those guys from the beginning of the first set. That made them have that big lead, and they weren't able to get anything there. I believe the Bulldogs should have adjusted quicker. They didn't start making their final adjustments until maybe the middle of the second set, and by then they were kind of already out of that one.
I think they're going to need to make some adjustments to play Franklin College. They beat them prayer. See if they can get some momentum. Just going through some of the stats quickly before we let you loose. Bulldogs with double the amount of errors, 26-13. Really the game right there, Wisconsin-Stevens hit over 250. Bulldogs never really got out of the negatives. They finished at .022 in the negatives. Some of the star players, the Bulldogs, Sam Landers, got to give him some credit. He battled. He got 30 total attempts against these double-team blocks. Did have 12 kills, only 8 errors, so he hit over 130. But Stevens Point, I mean, you could go any. There's Owen Anderson came on for 6 attempts, and he got 3 kills.
Yeah, I would say I would give it to Jetzer and Drenson. These guys, my gosh. We would see it a lot of the times, especially from Drenson, on those service aces. At one time, he got a turkey 3 for 3 until he got a little error and got put out. But still, having that amount of power from Stevens Point is a way to make sure they can keep having a good game.
Yeah, Drazen really, from the get-go, wherever he was hitting the ball with force down to the ground. That's going to do it for us up here. For Dion Clark, Jack Whited, and everyone who put this broadcast together on ACTV, thank you for tuning in. And as always, go Bulldogs.